Such is its sad tale of the Phoenix Coyotes, or Arizona Coyotes as they call themselves now. The Coyotes were born as the Winnipeg Jets in 1979 in the NHL because the WHA had 4 teams merged into the NHL and made it 21. So the Jets were there, and as I said in the Jets thing, they only had 2 playoff series wins in their history as the Winnipeg Jets from 79 to 96. And what was weird is that the Jets also blew as many 3-1 leads as playoff series wins with 2, blowing them in 90 and 92. So let's talk about the Coyotes. Once they got to Arizona in 1996, things looked amazing. They were wearing these weird jerseys that were like, wow, kind of weird. They were going for the merchandise more than the product. But the Coyotes in 97 had a chance to win a Game 7 in Arizona, in Anaheim against the Anaheim Ducks. Sadly, though, they lost that game to Paul Kariya. 99, they had a better chance. Nikolai Abibuli was unfreaking believable in the first 4 games of their first round series against the St. Louis Blues. 3-1 series lead, all the Coyotes had to do was win at home in Game 5. You're telling me they lost. Okay, Game 6 in St. Louis. They won a couple games in St. Louis. They lose. Back home for Game 7 in the whiteout in Arizona. It's 0-0 after 3 periods. Hobby Bullen and Grant Fuhr playing great hockey. And then Ricard Persson with a point shot that Pierre Turgeon tipped into the net. And the Blues shock everyone by coming up from 3-1 series down to knock the Coyotes out of commission. Another Game 7 loss for the Jets/Coyotes franchise. The Coyotes would then lose Hobby Bullen, but they still got Shane Doan and a few other people like Keith Kachuk and Keith Yandel. The Coyotes were kind of a laughing stock, if you will. The Coyotes had a great year in 2012, which I will talk about later. But anyway, the 2012 Phoenix Coyotes were making a comeback. However, the other years, the Coyotes just couldn't win playoff series. They haven't had any playoff runs other than 2012. So the 2012 Coyotes took on the Chicago Blackhawks, who were 2 years removed from a Stanley Cup win. Coyotes and Hawks went to overtime 5 times in that series, tying the record for most overtime games in a series with the 1951 Stanley Cup final between the Leafs and Habs, which ironically only went 5 games. So anyway, the Coyotes shocked everyone by doing well in overtime, especially Michael Butker, scoring back-to-back goals in Chicago for the Coyotes in overtime. I couldn't find on YouTube the clip where Chris Cuthbert was describing the Coyotes Blackhawks game, and then Michael Butker, he said, the ex-Kitchener Ranger does it. And Michael Butker used to be a Kitchener Ranger. Bring Kitchener some joy. All that. It was shocking. And the Coyotes had a 3-1 series lead. But they didn't blow it this time. They actually won in 6 games. It's like, did they just beat the Chicago Blackhawks? And did they just win a playoff series in Phoenix? Holy fuck. Perennial underachievers in the playoffs, they actually won the playoff series. Now they get Nashville. Like, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe Phoenix might win. Ray Whitney, Game 1 overtime, boom, in the net. Unbelievable. The Phoenix Coyotes are up 1-0 on the Nashville Predators. And then they beat the Predators in 6 games. It's like, whoa, hold the phone. They're for real. Thankfully, the Coyotes' next opponent would be the LA Kings, and everyone thought the Coyotes could get to the Stanley Cup Finals. After all, the West was a mess. No Red Wings, no Blackhawks, no Canucks. They thought that basically it would be a shoo-in, maybe for the Devils or Rangers to win the Stanley Cup. So anyway, the Coyotes took on the Kings, and sadly though, the Kings won every road game, 3 road games in Phoenix, and sent the Coyotes out of the playoffs and got them to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Devils. What might have been. So obviously, it might as well just do this. So Coyotes against the Devils in the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals. I thought I had it set up, so hang on one ticky. I thought I set that up. No, I think I set something else up. So anyway, let's get the Stanley Cup underway. It will be Coyotes versus the Devils. And the Devils, I think, had a better record. I think they had the better record. I have a feeling they did. in 2012. So, yeah. Mike Smith versus Martin Brodeur. Yeah, Devils won 48 games. Coyotes won 42 games. So, here we go. Coyotes Devils. That's through the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 1 sees the Devils win 3-1 because Brodeur always wins at home somehow. Rafi Torres scored for the Coyotes. Take into account that he played for that team. I mean, Rafi Torres should not have played it. But anyway, David Clarkson, Patrick Elias, Zach Parise scored for the Devils. Clarkson, oh yeah, Kitchener. 3-1 Brodeur beats Mike Smith. They're the 2 stars. Kovalchuk is the 3rd star. Why, I don't know. So anyway, game 1, game 2 sees the Coyotes lose 3-2. Kovalchuk made it 1-0 for the Devils, and then Anton Vermette tied it. Zach Parise and Kovalchuk made it 3-1 before Korpikoski scored for the Coyotes late in the game, but it was too little too late. Kovalchuk, Vermette, Brodeur, the 3 stars. Marty Brodeur is good. Looks like the Devils might have had the Stanley Cup. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But the Coyotes on home turf win 4-0. Korpikoski, Yandel, Okoye, and Kitchener's own Michael Bodker. Adrian Okoye. So 4-0 Smith, Yandel, Okoye. 3 stars. On to game 4. And it was the Devils who won 4-3. It was close. Zach Parise scored, then Hansel tied it. Podkowski, then Yandel, then Bodker, then Kovalchuk. So basically they were trading the lead. But in the 3rd period, Zach Parise scored in the 1st minute for the Devils. No counter. What? So Parise, the number 1 star, Yandel and Torres, 2 and 3. So it looks like the Devils are going to win this series easily. They're up 3-1. Phoenix says, we're doomed, aren't we? I should say not. Not this time. The Coyotes actually scored 4 goals in the 1st period and win 6-2. Torres with 2. Verbata and Michael Bodker. Kitchener scoring the goal. Kovalchuk for the Devils. Podkowski made it 4-2, but Ray Whitney forces Brodeur to be yanked from the net for Johan Hedberg. Klesla made it 6-2 for the Coyotes. So Klesla, Torres, Verbata, the 3 stars of the game. Michael Roosevelt got injured, but he'll be back. He has to come back. Could this happen? The answer? Oh my gosh, the Coyotes could do something that I don't think they've ever done. Come back from a 3-1 deficit. They've blown plenty of 3-1 deficits. Rafi Torres and Lori Korpikoski scored in the 1st period. Peter Sikora made 2-1 and 2-2. Shane Doan made it 3-2. Wow, what the heck is going on? Shane Doan, the star, Sikora and Brodeur. What is going on? I may have been premature with my pick. I don't know. I just don't know. Ugh. Well, I was wrong. The Devils win Game 7 5-2. Coyotes seem to never win Game 7s. Parise and Kovalchuk scored in the 1st period for the Devils. Shane Doan for the Coyotes 2-1. Radim Verbata made it 2-2 with a shorthanded goal, but Dinas Supras scored to make it 3-2. Sikora and Parise chased Smith out of the net for Curtis McElhaney. And that's it. The 2012 Coyotes lose. I think I talked about the 2012 Coyotes with the Kings, saying all these people. Ekman Larson, Yandel, Verbata, Whitney, Okoye, Morris, Roosevelt, Klesla, Turris, Bodker, Gordon, Pyatt, Dome, Korpikoski, Vermette, Hansel, Lankow, Torres, Schlemko, Chura, Nikolainen, Rundbeck, Summers. I don't think I did say that. I think I was saying that. I'll say that in the other one. And then for the Devils, it was Volchenkov, Baines, Salvador, Larson, Subras, Kobe, Hendrick, Parise, Green, Sidlicki, Clarkson, Sikora, Carter, Ryan Carter, that is, Elias, Palmieri, Bernier, Pelly, Podkowski, Talander, Tachmina, Bolton, Foster, Jansen, Johansson. McElhaney did well. Sikora, Hendrick, Parise. I think Martin Brodeur gets the Conn Smythe this time. Yeah, he gets the Conn Smythe. There's no other way of saying it. But yeah, Conn Smythe for Martin Brodeur and nothing for the Phoenix Coyotes. That's what you get for being in Southern U.S. Oh, fuck you.